It's called a promo, kid.
Shut your
and
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
I was explaining this on the pre-show, and it's relevant to the subject we are just talking about before this. I am what you call a Joe Hendry hipster.
You believe in Joe Hendry?
I believed in him a very long time ago, and now that everybody's on him, I'm like, where were y'all when I needed you?
Not watching British wrestling, apparently.
I almost feel the need to gatekeep Joe Hendry.
Look, all I know is I believe in Joe Hendry.
And I believe in Jeff. And he's our guest today on the show. We got the Wrestle Squad meets Wrestling in the Middle fully now.
This is a crossover episode, I guess.
In sorts, yeah. You guys have never been on an episode together because I've separated you for all this time.
Damn. Would you say you opened the Forbidden Door?
That's exactly what's happened here.
Hell
so
yeah.
we've all got belts too. I got the UK Championship.
I've got a bro belt. Let's go.
I gave Dylan the Bruv Championship belt.
Get it up there.
Hey.
Dude.
Hey, we holding all the gold. We're holding all the gold.
I got
Heck
this
yeah.
sick Will Ospreay shirt. Can I show it?
Can you get some Will Ospreay on me?
Did I do it?
Hey.
He saw it.
Nice.
Let's go. Forbidden Door last night.
That was the thing that happened.
My
yeah.
favorite pay-per-view of the year, and it just keeps its tradition of going the off. I had to say sorry.
We're working on that, but yeah.
We've started a jar, and I already owe $2.
He already has $2.
Right.
Do they go to me? Do I get the dollars if I don't say any?
They go to charity.
That's fair. We should also start a That's Fair jar, honestly.
It could be lucrative. You never know, man. Be like, wow, I saved up enough for another ticket just by the swear jar. For All In. I could pay for All In now.
Dude, we gotta pay for passports first.
Oh, yeah.
We will be at the road to All In, and that's good enough.
Exciting, yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
I'm beyond excited. So, yeah, how did you feel about Forbidden Door last night?
Forbidden Door, honestly, I bought the pay-per-view. I always like to help out with the product because I do believe in it. But it was so hot that, like, every card exceeded my expectations for what I thought it was going to be. And I'm like, they hit me with some twists and turns and just things I didn't expect. It did some pops at my own house that we were just going crazy for.
Let's go.
Dude, don't get me started on that return. Y'all don't understand.
Look,
honestly,
the certified Britt Baker hater, I guess we went out calling.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Okay. They have to know already Britt Baker has returned, and like if you don't know, now you know.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Dude.
Oof. I wanted us to be friends. I really did want us to be friends, man. But
Damn, man. I guess,
Fun fact, I actually watched a match of Britt Baker and Shayna Baszler in AIW today. Fun fact. AIW.
Maybe that's the one I need to watch.
Dude, I'm gonna put you on.
I also have an adversity to AI, so I don't know.
The one that you need to be put onto is both the Lights Out and the Steel Cage match with Thunder Rosa. And even I'm not a Thunder Rosa guy myself, but those two matches will stand the test of time.
I also really dislike Thunder Rosa, so I know which matches you're talking about.
Crazy.
I know which matches you're talking about, and I know they're supposed to be like top tier. But I just can't bring myself to be like, I don't like either of these people. Who am I going to root for?
I don't like Thunder Rosa, but they're top tier.
That's crazy.
You're all by yourself on that island.
It's all right. He has
She's
his
gotten
right
better.
to feel the way he feels. I
would
guarantee
say
there's.
yeah.
Go on.
I would like just say that she, from what I've seen, she has gotten better, at least in my eyes. I don't know if she's actually gotten better in the ring or if she just had better matches since.
Don't ask me. You don't want the answer. I won't have a positive answer for that. Don't ask me.
That's fair.
Well, I think there's definitely a lot more opportunities for her to work with to create some new matches with this women's roster. Because this women's roster is definitely way different from the last time when she was champion, when Jamie was champion. Hell, even when Britt was champion, this women's roster is definitely stacked up to the max.
That's true. It's a really good roster, but I'm just waiting for Jamie to come back.
And see, that's the thing. I always
I
think she's going to come back every pay-per-view. I did not see Britt Baker coming back by because I'm always on Jamie watch. I'm on hater watch 24/7.
And I thought she kept hesitating, so I was like, is she going to bring Jamie out too? Like, is that how this is going to happen?
Nah, but I'm booking. Jamie's coming in all in. You heard it here
That would
first.
make
Same.
That would make so much sense.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that.
It almost makes so much sense that it doesn't seem like it's going to happen because it makes too much sense.
Jamie's my waifu. Met her in person. Have a picture. It's like one of my proud moments. Got her autograph. But I've been also following Jamie a little bit during her Stardom days too. Back then, so it's just like it was so cool just to see her, meet her in person, but also she at that point in time, Jamie, I was always putting stocks into Jamie, wanting her to be women's champion. And then when the whole Tony Storm, when all that happened and all that jazz, and kind of the fans didn't accepted her, I was just like, Jamie's definitely ready for that. She's definitely the one. The fans really want Jamie over Tony at that point in time. But now Tony's, don't even get me started on Tony. Now she to me put the whole women's roster on her back just from her character, and her character is chef's kiss.
She's bringing people up with her too.
It is. It's amazing, but we got a pay-per-view to talk about.
Yeah, no, I was.
Yeah, we do. I'm sorry. I got on my high horse, got my box.
Hey,
my bad.
We're only 7 minutes in, and honestly, the fact that we're talking 7 minutes about how good women's wrestling is, that's not a bad note.
That's a good positive.
Also, what's not a bad note is having a 0-hour show that is more like a weekly wrestling program than a pre-show. 5 matches, back to back to back to back to back.
I was surprised, which
I was sick.
I remember a lot of people were making jokes just because so many people were complaining about the amount of matches that Tony Khan literally booked the Fletcher match last second as a dig.
Hey.
If that's true, man, I'm happy because I'm telling you that $49.99 or $50, whatever, I felt like my money was well worth spent. Like I got everything, every bit of that plus more.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it back today. I watched it back this afternoon.
That's the thing, I don't watch pay-per-views back.
From the Super Lucha Bros match all the way back, but here's some tweets I sent out. 0-hour show looking more like a weekly wrestling program than a pre-show. Here's a response to pay-per-view pre-show going harder than most PLEs.
Dang, dig it, WWE. I get it, though. It's not... I won't even get into, like, the...
Only Backlash can have an argument.
Yeah, I will say that they're okay. The PLEs are okay.
Also, does anybody in this room, in this vicinity, know who Kyle Fletcher lost the TV title to? Because I'm behind, but I know
Atlantis Jr.
I was about to say Atlantis Jr.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the
turn of events. Wow.
So it was like, CMLL has a title now, so they got something out of this, I guess.
Yeah. Now when does Yuta drop the Pure title?
But that just shows you the trust and the working relationship from a point of view. How I see it is also like, all right, we're putting the title on a CMLL guy, and vice versa. I would feel like the mutual respect they could put their titles on our guys and girls, and I think that's super dope. And this is where I'm wondering if WWE would do the same thing.
I don't think they would, but it would be so cool if they did.
Hey, man.
It would show character. I'm just saying that's the difference, I think, from like AEW saying, hey, we'll drop one of our titles onto Atlantic Junior and vice versa, because you have that trust and faith and business working relationship that's obviously never been done to this level before.
For the longest time, I said AEW is getting all of New Japan's belts and New Japan's getting nothing.
But now you see the other end of the working, which I know we're not to that point in the pay-per-view yet, but you see that working relationship is going both ways. And that's why, bold prediction, and I know I'm spoiling it, but people already know that Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, Mercedes Money, whichever you want to go with, she's won the Strong Women's title, and she's dropping it on January 5th. I'm letting you know now.
At Wrestle, that's another spoiler. Do we want to go ahead and spoil that too?
We'll get to all that later. First of all,
I'm trying to let you take control. I'm like, every once in a while, I'm like touching the wheel. I'm like, hey guys, can we talk about this real quick?
I'm saying that's also a testament to how much good stuff has gone on in this pay-per-view. And even though Kyle Fletcher was TV titleless, he still got a win over Serpentico pretty dominantly. So
to be fair, Serpentico.
Fair.
Go on.
It's Serpentico. That's all. I mean,
that's it.
I love the only thing I love about the Spanish announce team is their graphics, the whole dancing thing in their videos. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. I don't know.
Oh my God, Serpentico, bro! When he took that brainbuster on the on the top of the third, I was like. Everyone in my household was like, "Dude, we just watched a murder, bro." They were like, "This is 0 hour. What are we doing?" And I was like, "They're making you want to buy the pay-per-view, bro." Because I was like, if it was me and I didn't know crap and I saw this, I was like, "Yeah, we're buying this." If I'm going to see this type of crazy shit, yeah, we're buying this.
We're buying this.
And that was 0 hour, bro, and that was popping off. I was like, I just witnessed a murder. Okay, we're going to the next match after that. All right.
Right to it. Juicy 4-man tag team match. House of Blacks, Malachi Black and Brody King, Private Party, Gabe Kidd and Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly and
Tomohiro Ishii.
Thank you. I got a little tongue-tied there. And the match, I would say, delivered just as much as you'd expect it to.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a little bit surprised they gave House of Black the win. I kind of expected Strong and Kidd.
Really?
Just because I know Kidd's kind of popping off too a little bit. But House of Black deserves it.
Yeah.
So.
What did Jeff expect though? I don't know. What did Jeff expect?
Bro, I'm also with the House of Black. I'm behind
it. I just figured they would give Gabe Kidd and Strong the win for some reason.
I hear you. I want Roderick Strong to win in anything he does.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want Kyle O'Reilly to win. You know, I'm like the biggest Kyle O'Reilly fan, I guess, maybe.
No, I'm liking what Kyle's doing. I'm definitely putting.
I love his new promo work.
Yes.
I love his new promo skills he's picked up from Mark Briscoe.
The stuff he did in Evolve, man. You gotta look up Sleazy Kyle. Sleazy Kyle. It's so good.
Sleazy Kyle.
Okay.
Sleazy Kyle.
Remind to send that to me, bro.
I don't even know if I have a clip of it, but I need to remember what episode of Evolve it is. He literally has like a title match against the Evolve champion. He loses, but he gets the crowd to chant Sleazy Kyle the whole match. It's amazing.
Okay, I gotta check this one out. I'll check that one out.
All right. What's our next match on 0 Hour? Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. Can I pronounce that right?
Okay.
I've never said this on the show before. I'm about to break the fourth wall. I have a partial in my mouth, and my tongue slips on a lot of letters. So that's why so often I just shit up, and I hate it.
I mean, and honestly,
bro,
it's a little difficult with some Japanese names as well. We're gonna be honest.
Don't even get started on ST names.
You're doing your best. No one's gonna fault you for doing your best, bro.
Mark Briscoe energy.
I got you. And just call her Momo, bro. Keep it short and sweet. If you can't get the last name out, just call her Momo. I enjoyed the hell out of that match because I'm also a Stardom fan. So seeing Tam, and I know that girl, she could really fight. Like,
she did it.
I got to show y'all some matches that you'd be like, damn, this girl is like legit, like the thing. She was the champion before with the red belt and the white belt, which were the two most prized belts in Stardom. And it's like Tam and Momo doing their thing. I was really popping off my couch just on that match alone. Of course, I like the Chris and Willow match. I like their chemistry in that match too. But I was just really hyped seeing Stardom. That's just me. I'm a little bit I'm glad I'm seeing this because this is what makes Forbidden Door even more fun. The characters that maybe people do not know, or for some people that do know that watch them, it's like, wow, I'm actually seeing Stardom and AEW together. And I have a Julia Stardom and a Starlight Kid autograph poster just before Julia went to WWE. Even though it's like
WWE,
it's not the real signature.
Is she technically with WWE?
And also, like, to have one of their girls, get the pin in that match too. To have Tam Nakano get the pin.
That was one thing that surprised me.
Did you not see my girl Tam with the strength, with the bridge, with the tippy toes 3 times?
It is a hell of a bridge.
That bridge is not falling down.
That's what I'm saying. Girl isn't no light feather
I just want to say
either.
this now because there's going to be a lot of bridges during the show. AEW has some really solid bridges,
Ma'am, London's bridges might be falling down, but theirs aren't.
Yeah, they got some good infrastructure.
More women's action up next. Again, I feel like this episode just has a women's wrestling theme now for no reason. We see a great Owen Hart women's cup match between Mariah May and Samaya. There's something I came up with. The Samaya match. Mariah May, though, gets a huge win, advances in the tourney, and I think that was a good win for...
It is, but the question is Chris winning or is Mariah winning?
Mariah.
So we think Mariah versus Tony?
Who's winning the women's side of the Owen Hart Cup tournament?
Chris, I think it would be, and there's some part that would be interesting, but I think everyone, and I'm just going to speak for majority, can't really do that, but I am. I feel like everyone wants
the voice
Mariah.
Of the people.
Like, I think it's very obvious in the room, people want Mariah. Because it's the story, whether you want to see, I know there's people that won't admit that, like, yo, AEW don't got no story. To me, this is a story. This is a story, and I don't know how anyone doesn't see that. So you finish the story at All In, whether a betrayal or a passing of the torch. I will put
this on record by saying I still think NXT has one of the better women's rosters and women's division, but AEW has the best women's storyline, bar none.
Mm-hmm. See, this is great because I don't know much on the NXT, so that would be something to, at least I could be open-minded to be educated.
We get trios action, and this is probably the best match of the whole 0 hour, 90 minutes. We get Teton, Hiromi Takahashi, and Yota Tsuji versus Mystico and the Lucha Bros, which I call this the Super Lucha Bros. Holy shit chance before the match even starts. So that's always the good precursor.
It's still so crazy.
That was a beautiful
start.
Still
so crazy.
Crazy.
That match was the start of the show.
Because you never saw CMLL and two, I guess you could say, AAA guys. It was like forbidden. Yeah. Shout outs to Rocky Romero, man. Made the impossible possible.
He is the perfect middleman.
Right. But that match, bonkers, dog. Bonkers. I'm never disappointed. Anytime you see Lucha Bros on a card, I tell anyone, I'm like, buckle up.
Buckle in.
You don't want to
settle in. Buckle up.
Basically.
I would argue that this, like I said, that was the start of the pay-per-view in my mind, but the actual start of the pay-per-view was Hechicero versus hometown hero MJF. He crowd surfs a little bit during his entrance.
Oh yeah, that's what I do.
Bold move. Dude, they have a solid-ass match.
They do.
Solid-ass match.
I am not familiar with CMLL.
Bro, technician.
You're familiar with Hechicero, though.
I love Hechicero, and that's only from what I've seen of him in AEW.
Fair enough.
I love
Hechicero is,
I love the combination of technician and lucha.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude, I love that MJF is hitting Adam Cole's finishers.
He is. What was it? The
Some seeds are getting planted.
They even had a name for it.
Panama Sunset.
Yeah, it was the Panama Sunset.
And they were like called
it was like the Long Island Sunset.
Oh, Sunset.
Like Long Island Sunset or something like that.
Not the Long Island iced tea, that's for sure.
That's crazy.
Bro, I love. Don't get me started. I'll have a good drink with a Long Island iced tea any day.
Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
I thought we were going IZ, not iced tea, but okay.
That's hilarious. We're going new elite is what we're going. New Elite versus Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Acclaimed. How do we feel about Max Caster's bars?
I mean, bold choice to let him get more than his usual win.
I sent out a tweet. I said, "Hey, Max Caster did that."
Okay, it was pretty funny. I will admit. I guess it was pretty funny, but like, I don't like Max Caster.
I loved that. I thought he killed it.
You don't like Max Caster? Not a big fan of the raps,
I'm not a
or
big
just
fan
the
of the character because I know he's the best wrestler in the world, right? That's what he says. He's the best wrestler in the world. Okay, all right.
I mean, a lot of people have said that.
A lot of people have said that, but he believes it. You can tell he will. And you know what? Kudos to him. Very good character work. You know, he believes it. I don't.
You know a guy they used to say that about? CM Punk.
Could we not go one episode without mentioning him?
I don't know.
Could we not go one episode without...
It's part of the contract.
You know, Zack Sabre Jr. is also the best, I would say. I'll throw
it in there, but take it out every time Danielson comes in. Danielson comes in and puts a cowboy hat in and is like, here I am.
But he beat Danielson.
There's a rematch coming.
Fair.
Ow. Don't kick the table. Hold on. I'm getting up and leaving.
That's fair.
I am the table.
I would...
Visual representation of what he does.
Oh, we got visual representation, guys.
Here comes Danielson.
Danielson with the hat.
There we go. This is
snap. The man
signed by John Bradshaw Layfield.
Of course he had to... Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Hey.
JBL. The hardest clothesline in the game.
I asked you how I felt about the bars. How do we feel about the match, at least?
Oh, don't get me started. You know me. That's not fair to ask me, bro. You know I'm an elite fan.
It was okay. It wasn't the weakest match on the card, I will say that. It wasn't the weakest.
I'll be interested to hear what the weakest is in your mind, but no, it's not the weakest.
I'll say it later. Way later. It might even be main event later.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with the main event.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I was like, alright, hold on.
I was about to say this, man. I was like, oh, disconnect this call.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Regardless of how you feel about this trios match, Okada hits Tanahashi with the Rainmaker from hell, and the Elite win clean.
He's fine. I hope he's fine, at least. It'd be a shame to lose their president.
Oh, yeah. The fact that the president laid down for the 3 count.
It's true.
That's just good business.
It's good business. Lets me know. Tony Khan was happy with that. No. Oh yeah, bro. I think it's coming back. Definitely the Tokyo Dome.
Let's go.
For sure.
All right, that's January.
But I was a big fan of the super kicks. I love it. To me, when they pumped up the kicks, I felt like I was like, did they get it? They got an attack boost up like by 25%, and all the super kicks were so effective after that pumped up kicks.
I love the kiss on the cheek spot.
I had a good time. I love the Young Bucks, though. Most people know that about me.
The Rainmaker pose. I love that Rainmaker pose, and he wasn't Hechicero, but he managed to synthesize 2 birds, or 1 bird in the middle of the ring. Hechicero synthesized 2, though.
Damn.
Well, he did. That's true. That is facts.
A match I was looking forward to really eagerly, of course, as always, is Danielson and Takagi, Dragon versus Dragon.
Right.
On this one, I had a super high bar set already, but it never is set too high because it's always achieved when Danielson's wrestling. So, really great match. I agree with that.
That was a great, and I mean with the technical and the strong style. I was enjoying it so much, and for one part I really thought, and I don't know, it could have been a work or whatnot. I literally thought Danielson was gonna break that man's arm. Like, swear. I was like, this man's not gonna tap. If he's not gonna tap, he's gonna break it off, bro. Just tap. Just give up, bro. He's gonna break it off. Like, I was getting nervous when he was leaning back more and more on that arm stretch. Right at the end.
It's better than thinking that Danielson's hurt every match, though.
I don't know. That was a sick bump, but I couldn't tell if I'm being worked.
I just never believed
because
it.
We have seen Danielson fake a seizure before. Not saying that he doesn't have those in moments, but I'm saying ever since he did that fake seizure and they kind of like made that a naughty no. You can't do that no more. Which I'm glad they don't, because it's like I can't tell what's real and what's fake.
He does it to draw interest,
you know, what's real,
and it's like, dude, we're on to you, and now I feel bad because I'm sitting here live at Dynasty, and I'm like, he's not hurt, and maybe he is hurt, but I have to like boy cries wolf the situation because he just wants to act hurt all the time. It makes me feel bad
because but it's also telling the story when he's hurt, whether he's really or working me. He's telling the story, and I'm watching this man literally fight ever since that nasty, was it a suplex? I want to say he did, and it almost seems like I thought he passed, like he landed it perfectly without hitting his head. But what the announce team people were telling me on the replay, it was like it looked like Brian got his head like ranged on the floor. But regardless of all that, he was selling the story of this man like fighting for his life at like not even at his full best, and I was just like, it was so believable. And that's with that finish, it worked so good. It was just like, damn, I just watched two men leave it out there in the ring, and one man did not want to give up, and he was gonna break his arm off if he did not give up.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's what I gotta say about that.
That's all I have to say about that. Brian wins by submission, advances in the Owen Hart tournament, surprises nobody.
And now he's going to go out there and kill Pac, too.
Dude, he's going to kill Nigel before it's all over.
Oh, but I could see Pac also winning.
I would like Pac to win.
But if we're giving Brian Danielson a last ride, which I don't know if it really is, just like Zack Sabre Jr. said on the scrum, because he's a sick perv in a wrestling sense, not in nothing else. What? He said, he said, because that's what Zack Sabre Jr. He says he's gonna hang him up, but come on now, he's doing the best run of his life right now. I'm enjoying it, and he's not even winning no belts, and I'm enjoying every Brian.
I thought of a theory
match
just now that I don't love, but it would make sense, and I hate that it makes sense. Will you imagine Hangman Adam Page is the wild card in this thing and wins it, and now the new elite have all the gold?
See, what sense does it make that Page would
be world champion? We've done it once. I have to believe they'll do it again. What sense
would it make that non-milk toast, I guess beer toast now?
Beer toast,
Beer toast Adam Page would be aligned with the elite after they suspended him.
His disdain for Swerve literally made him go insane.
I guess that's the only.
He lost. Yeah, because from the video package, I couldn't tell if it's like he lost his family, like his wife was like, I feel like unsafe, so I had to leave. That's how I got from the video package. So it's like he probably has this like rage, and I'm talking about like
rampage,
drunk rage. I'm about to hurt this man. He took everything from me. Now I'm just a man in an empty home.
In this case, they put the FTW title on him before the world title.
Damn.
He's FTW status at this point.
He's fine.
He's done.
He's beer toast.
He could be the wild card, but
I hope it's Will Ospreay.
I wouldn't want that.
Put Will Ospreay in. He wins the whole thing.
But I can see it.
All in.
I'm thinking it's going to be Brian anyway. That's just my opinion, though.
Yes. All right, who wants to talk about Toni Storm?
We all want to talk about Toni Storm, don't we?
Toni Storm wants to talk about Toni Storm.
I want to talk about it.
AEW Women's World Title match, and the build to this was phenomenal.
So good.
Dude, Mina and Toni and Mariah May in the middle. May in the middle.
Let's go.
That's what this episode's called. She was conflicted in the beginning of the match, never did get involved in the match, and Toni Storm won clean after an absolute battle, I would call that.
It was really good, yeah. Obviously, this has been my first introduction to a lot of these women, and I'm very impressed, I have to say.
Dude, Mina kills it.
Oh, I need to show you some videos then after.
I need to watch some Zumi matches. Zumi is my favorite that's came through out of Stardom.
Zumi, she is a prodigy, definitely. I would love to see her more also on AEW.
Me. All right, after the match, of course. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Give me your thoughts, man.
I was
Starting
just going
off.
to talk about the fact that we shake hands, we hugs, Nigel cries.
Of course.
Cries tears of joy as all three women kiss and walk away in friendship.
Friend.
That was cinema, pure cinema.
Friendship.
It is what it is.
How many of us have friends?
Looks like they are a throuple.
Yeah.
So, what do we want to talk about?
That match, I'm hoping now after seeing that match that more people are gonna like give Stardom like an honest chance or even look at their product now, because I'm like, this is what their women's roster is doing. They're doing incredible matches and great theatricals. It's like how do I put it? It's just like basically you find peanut butter and chocolate and you find out they mixed together for the first time, even though it's happened before, but you've never seen it because you don't know about this rare peanut butter over here from this side
I'm
of the
allergic
world.
to peanuts. I wouldn't know.
That was a horrible analogy. My bad.
I don't know this combo.
Stardom has this weird stigma about it from a lot of fans. They're really apprehensive to check it out.
Okay.
I'm not, because I like anything and everything apparently except Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
Dude.
But
Fair enough.
but I don't know. Like I've talked to a couple people and they're like, "No, Stardom's not it, man."
I found you have to do your own research, which I would put you on another YouTuber that's done all the research for you, because it breaks down differently over there. But I could get onto a long topic. I don't want to get onto it and hijack this, so I'm not going to. But at least I'm glad you're at least open-minded to it, because I'm hoping anyone that does listen to this is also open-minded to, hey, it's not just this company or this company. There's other companies there. And wrestling, we all love wrestling. You know, give it a little shot, man. You might find out something you like. Even if you don't like the product, you might like one wrestler out of it.
I don't think I would have you here, though.
That's
You
why
have to
I'm
be
here.
unbiased and fair in some sense.
Speaking of fair,
Another match that I looked forward to but delivered past that expectation was Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy. That went even harder than the high bar I set for it.
dang,
Dude, Cassidy got tied up like a pretzel.
he did.
Pretzeled that man.
I called it halfway through that I was like, I was doing the math and I was like, New Japan has to win one match, right? This has got to be that match. This is the one that Orange is a little bit older. He can afford the loss. Zack feels like someone that New Japan is trying to really build on, right?
Yeah.
So he needs the win.
He's just being shown as what he is, one of the best technical wrestlers of his generation, if not ever. He's one of the best technical wrestlers ever.
I believe it. I believe it. I do believe that 100%. I do believe he is the best technical wrestler. But I just think that's just me, my opinion, you know. But I do think he is, and his work does show for himself. Hell, at my house, bro, when the finish happened, I was losing my mind, because I was like, okay, he lost his arm. He lost his other arm.
His legs.
No, oh crap, he lost his leg. He only has one limb. Then I'm like, he has no limbs. The man has no
Verbal
limbs, and he's twisting his midsection. He has to give up. And I was like, I was just screaming, he has no limbs. He has no limbs. And this man is continuously torturing him. Bro, but Orange was 100% concentrated.
Concentrated.
He was so concentrated. He had all that pulp in him. He had that pulp in him, bro. In that fight, he had that pulp in him.
You know he can deliver in a match, and that's why I wasn't surprised and had a high bar set. But man, Zack Sabre Jr. could wrestle a tree and twist it around like a pretzel.
I want to see Zack versus Hechicero.
That's
Zack versus A-Kid, not Axiom, but A-Kid as A-Kid.
okay.
Probably already happened.
I want to see him versus these three guys right here.
Zack and Hechicero did happen.
I thought so.
probably happened.
That's why I
Already.
said let's run it back. I want to see him against these three guys right here, though. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata,
Let's go.
who faced what I like to deem the Learning Trio. That's what I called it. Here's the tweet. The Learning Trio.
So good.
I don't know why we weren't using that already.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. As someone who does podcasts regularly, I want you guys to know that you shouldn't interrupt the other speaker while they're speaking. It's bad manners. Have a nice day.
It's terrible. Dude, I didn't expect too much from the match, and it did feel like towards the end it got really good. Hook beating Chris Jericho with the Judas effect was awesome. That was a pop moment for me. I was like, what the
I think this was the match that I was like, maybe this is the weakest match. Which, to say it was the weakest match on this card...
It was dragging.
...is not really it's not a knock, honestly, because it's a really solid card, top to bottom.
I would definitely agree, just because in this card, I'm one of those people that actually likes the learning tree gimmick. Me personally, a lot of people don't.
No, we're all in agreement here.
More entertained with it. Especially, I think it took off when this whole Joe feud happened, and now I'm seeing Joe just literally beat up people as a segment of him talking with us.
Yeah, that's entertaining.
Shibata recording. I'm liking that. I love that.
This is so good.
So them two clashing together, I'm liking it. It's for the people that are annoyed, and it's just like, finally, get some justice. Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm also being entertained by his annoyance, by his knowledge, and I'm loving Brian Keefe and Big Bill over here to me, and I follow them on social media, and he's still giving me tips on social media. Half the comments, people are like, hi, I'm a surgical, and they're telling their profession and just little rules that they're like, so have a great day. And I'm just like, wow, this is even taking over in the internet in the comments section, whether you're trolling or not trolling. It's working, though.
First person to get Big Bill over.
Damn. All I'm saying is he better not disrespect Chris Jericho.
I would never. And we are the learning trio. We're all in agreement here. This learning tree is awesome. But at the same time, he lost. Hook hit him with his finisher, and that's pop worthy.
Yeah, it was so good.
That was nice.
I want to get to this ladder match, man. This ladder match. This was a TLC match. We're just not allowed to call it a TLC match.
That's fair.
I'll put the 2 tweets up there. I love me a good ladder match. All right, here's my question. I got a question for both of you folks right now.
I'll let you go first.
Who is your pick going in, and who are you rooting for? Like, my pick was Jack Perry, but I was rooting for Leo Rush, like in a fantasy booking kind of way. Who's your pick, and who are you rooting for?
I'll let him go first.
Okay, Jeff first.
Oh, okay. Jack Perry, but I wanted to catch the big body tech.
All right, listen. Going in, I was like, I would be cool with any one of these people but Jack Perry. But I know 101% this is Jack Perry's match.
Yeah.
And as someone who doesn't really watch New Japan regularly, I was familiar with Leo Rush, obviously, because of his stuff in WWE and coming in and out of AEW. El Phantasmo.
Oh,
as I call him, ELP, extra Logan Paul.
No, I hate the comparisons with Phantasmo, because
he looks like him.
He's been wrestling for so long before Logan Paul was even
why it's so ironic.
In a ring.
It's so ironic, but I was genuinely impressed by El Phantasmo. I really like him now.
Yeah, former Bullet Club member before David Finlay got his hands on it. I was like, yeah, don't throw El Phantasmo in that category. I'll come unglued.
It's crazy the fact that he said that, because during Collision, people were
that's why I said it too. And they did something in the match. I can't remember what it was, but he did something that was like, is that a reference to Logan Paul? It was something Logan Paul did in the match, I think. I just can't remember what it was. But I was like, is he now playing up to the whole crowd chanting Logan Paul? Like, maybe I was just imagining it, because I can't remember what it is now. Maybe I have it here.
I wouldn't know, because I don't really watch Logan Paul like that, so I wouldn't be able to catch it.
It was
all I knew is
Logan
that
Paul did in the ring, mind you.
Watch.
Not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't watch that crap.
Well, regardless on that, the match was beyond bonkers. If you have 20 minutes of your day and if you want to really watch a crazy match that has like, oh my god moments, that match was
Great
that
table
match.
spots.
I loved,
Bro, the bear, the brainbuster, was it? Yeah, brainbuster. No, it was pile driver. Right, it was a pile driver on the barricade.
Oh my
that
gosh!
In that match,
the blue thunder bomb to ELP, so good.
yes.
My favorite part though was when they tried to combine ladders.
I felt like Takeshita also could have been a realistic expectation to win. He was the only other person that made sense to win it.
I think Takeshita needed.
That's who I wanted to. That's what my heart wanted to. But I knew it was.
In my opinion,
He didn't get it. Jack Perry got it.
yeah.
As like you said, 101% of most people believed he's winning it, and he did.
All I can hear is him saying, "Jack Perry won. Cry me a river."
The crowd chanting "Real Glass." I won't get stuck on it forever, but that was hilarious.
Yes.
Dude, I want to get stuck on Stephanie Vaquer and Mercedes Moné, because the only complaint I've gotten out of this match is people were complaining about the crowd more than the match. How do you guys feel about this match?
So good.
Yeah,
it was really good. Stephanie, I had heard a lot about her, but I'm just barely being introduced to her right now with these few matches. I'm, again, very impressed.
I've seen her live, man. She kicks ass. She kicks ass, absolutely.
First time seeing her, never seen any of her matches, blown away. Blown away, and I could see why she was a triple champion just from first time seeing this match.
Damn.
Not going off of Collision, of course, because I wanted to see her have a longer match than what they gave her on Collision. And in this match, I just thought, especially there was a certain spot with the dragon screw when she hit on Mercedes, and I was like, yo, this girl's really trying to re-injure Mercedes right now.
Break her leg off.
I was like, she's going, that was a little bit stiff.
Also, kudos to them for wrestling with the language barrier.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to the ref also.
He's doing both. That dragon screw.
It looked nasty, so nasty. I was like, did she actually just hurt Mercedes?
I'm still cringing. I wish you hadn't brought that up because I got the mental image back. That was like the first time I watched somebody, when I watched Jimmy Havoc swallow glass for the first time. I was like, he did what? Jimmy Havoc, honorable mention.
Is that the one that was part of the whole Me Too coming out thing?
Oh no, don't even tell me that is a thing that happened. I'll cry.
Hold on, I got to look that up now, guys.
Look it up. Let me finish this. You look that up.
Finish that.
I'm gonna be pissed if that's the case. Anyway.
This man's like, no, I can't let that slide. Hold up, look it up.
Mercedes wins both belts, and then we get the return that I needed. I started dancing. That's how hard I popped. I started dancing. Dude. Britt Baker.
As you should, bro. As you should.
Oh, man. I'm not going to find out officially what she wants until Wednesday, but I've always fantasy booked her as the TBS champion.
He was fired from AEW after allegations as part of the Speaking Out movement in 2020.
Me, man. I learned today.
He did. Like, I did not want to hear that.
You know what? Then I wish he would have swallowed the glass all the way, and I wish it would have been real glass.
Damn. Well, cry you in the river.
Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Right.
I hate that I honestly forgot about this match, and that hurts me. But at the same time, like, there's so much going on. The IWGP Heavyweight Title match, and I that's just a testament to how stacked the card is.
It is true.
I can't say it enough. What did you predict going into this? Who did you see winning?
This was another one where I was like, okay, New Japan has to win a couple matches, right? I think the one they can afford to win here is this one as well.
Yeah, Moxley did the job with the title. He was supposed to give it back to the promotion. Good business. It was great business.
For sure.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think expectations were high on this one for me, for a John Moxley and a Naito match. I don't think it was, and I'm not saying it was a great match, solid match, But I think for me, that's where I cap it off. It was like a great, solid match. It doesn't. I was actually surprised there was no blood, to be honest. Another one thing I was expecting. I put,
Happens
you know,
sometimes.
oh, John's definitely going to bleed in this match.
No, there was blood.
No,
I'm pretty
not
sure,
one drop
like,
of blood.
Naito had some blood on his like lip afterwards.
Man, we're talking Moxley blood.
That's fair.
We're
I was expecting, like, you know, paint.
Oh yeah, I know
Like,
what you're
that's
talking
what I was thinking.
just
Crimson.
thinking
I was
joke.
thinking Ruby Soho street fight.
Damn.
blood.
Okay. All I know is I kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I agree with that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard a lot about their last meeting, and I was like, this is gonna be an amazing match, and it was just kind of it was great. It was a great match, but not
Yeah.
the bar.
Yeah, it didn't. There was, to me, it didn't break the roof off the place. Like, I guess I was expecting something of that caliber, and I don't know what that would take. I don't know if it's, you know, Father Time is coming for us all, and Naito is pretty much up there.
Oh yeah.
Because I wouldn't say there were certain spots where I'm just kind of like looking, and I was like, I don't know if the timing's off or Naito's a little bit gassed at a certain point. You know, these men are going hard at it right now, but to me, it just didn't went into that extra gear. It didn't kick off into the fifth
Have you guys
gear.
read what they have said on Twitter about it?
No, I haven't.
Because it is far worse than anything we've said.
Wow.
A lot of people saying like Naito's not even trying anymore. Like,
Dang.
yeah.
I was ready for it.
But-
Dude, Jim Ross on commentary, that's something I'm always ready for as well.
Hell yeah.
Gotta make a note
Man
of it.
clocked in. He had to clock in to work.
Man. I think a lot of people thought Naito
Jim?
would win the title. Oh, sorry. The delay got me, sorry.
No. No, you're right. I was just going to say the same thing about Jim Ross, but I don't know if we're moving on to the next segment.
No, yeah, I was just saying, a lot of people thought Naito was going to win it, and he did. I think that was just like a good part of a long-term deal to win it back at their big pay-per-view.
Eventually they gotta start putting the title on younger people though.
Yeah.
That's where I believe, if you watch the medium scrum, Zack Sabre Jr. mentions stuff like that about how he wants to be the man of the future to represent. Because to be honest,
Got to do it.
they do need to build younger stars instead of still giving us some of these old legends. I call them legends, but you could tell majority of everyone on that card those are some OG legends from the New Japan.
Yeah.
They're not your spring chickens anymore, but we still pop for them because they're legends
The
of
only
the game.
chicken we have is
But
Mark Briscoe.
I think for New Japan, they're going to need some new bloodlines, some new lions. You know, and I think Takeshita is definitely the perfect one to spark that up. I think him not winning this match lets me believe, and I'm hoping if they're smart enough for booking, let him win the G1 or let him get really close at least. If he's not going to win the G1, let him really get
now
close.
You're cooking.
Just my take on it, though. That's just my take.
I say 3 years from now, we're going to see Takeshita and Zack Sabre Jr. main eventing Wrestle Kingdom. So
Okay, that's a prediction. Stamp it.
what main evented Forbidden Door, though, is Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, and this match over-delivered past even what it was expected to.
Damn, that's a bold statement, but okay.
You know how I feel. This is a personal note. Because you know how I feel. Maybe you don't, Jeff. You're about to learn about the tribute to Hayabusa.
That was so cool. I need to do more research on Hayabusa.
This is one of the only micro brawlers I have at the studio. This and Prince Nana are the only two I've ever kept because he means that much to me. He is a special wrestler in my heart. So that was just a really cool thing for them to do.
For sure. And it's funny because I watched with my family. One member of my family was talking about how they don't like Will Ospreay because he comes across, especially on camera, as so full of himself. And like he knows he's good, but he has to make sure everyone knows that too. But the entrances, to me, because they were going for Swerve because of that. The entrances to me said the opposite. Ospreay's entrance was a homage to a legend, to Hayabusa. That's incredibly selfless right there, because that's someone that helped influence him and others.
Yeah.
While Swerves, he brought in big, what's his name? Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
Jim
yeah.
Jones.
Yeah, he brought in a big rapper to big himself up.
Jim Jones, Jimmy Jack Johnson.
So, I mean, I just love the contrast there, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Both things, I love both on both ends. In this match, I was always a Swerve guy. I am a Will Ospreay fan. But when it came to this time, I obviously, my money, house, putting all the chips on the table was with Swerve for this one, if I was to bet it all.
Nice.
That's just me. And I was a big fan when Dipset and Jim Jones comes out. Like, going back to what you were saying about the contrast of the two worlds, you got for wrestling fans, and then you bring in also the hip-hop and the rap culture, which I'm a big fan of both wrestling and hip-hop.
Same.
So when I saw both, I was popping off. Everyone, Q, my friend Mike Jones, Turtle, we were all just like at all. We were handshaking, giving each other high fives, saying we used to pray for moments like this. And, you know, it was good, bro. I love it. We're eating good over here.
I've said this a couple times before. I don't know if I've ever told you this. Just a fun fact of why hip-hop and wrestling go together. For me, John Cena's rap album in 2005 is when the moment I decided I was going to become a rapper myself. I wouldn't have started making music if it wasn't for John Cena.
He was like, John Cena inspired you. You're like, nah, it's time to hit the studios, crank these beats out. Let them know how I feel.
That's how it happened.
This match, Swerve and Will Ospreay.
That's dope. That's the power, bro. It's the power of music. And when you put two things like wrestling and music together like that, they go hand in hand. But, bro, yeah, I was just, once again, just wanted to agree in what you were saying about the contrast of two worlds. Over here on my side, I was loving it. We were loving it. Let's get to the match, though, because there were some sick spots in this match,
The match
bro.
is just absolute water. It's so fluid. It's water. It's like watching water move.
It was hella good.
Amazing match. I even called it. Going in, I called that this would be Will Ospreay's first AEW loss, but just damn, what a match. And I was rooting for Will, actually.
See, the thing is, I wanted Will to win because I wanted him to take that title, be able to lose the international title to Daniel Garcia.
I love Danny G, though.
I love Daniel Garcia.
What if he loses it to him anyways now?
He's not going... You're not going to give Will Ospreay back-to-back losses.
I wouldn't.
You just don't do that.
I wouldn't book that, but Jeff books the show, not me.
Hey, man, I booked the show. I just put it on Tony's desk. I'm like, yo, this is what the streets and people are talking about. This is what I'm thinking. Sometimes he goes with it, sometimes he doesn't.
I thought you put it in 2K24 and just...
I just put it in. Trust me, you don't think I'm with you? I'm a DG fan myself. I personally would not mind if Will drops that belt to DG. Ooh. I personally would not mind. Me personally. I would pass that in Tony in the meetings. I'd be like, hey, Tom, I'm just saying, here's an idea. We're building new stars. I know he's hot, but like DG's the man of the people, man.
Man of the people.
I want people to be rewarded for being in AEW, as in people that want to build it and see the long-term vision of this company. I want those guys to be rewarded because they deserve it. In my way, such as Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston. You got Will. Also, I'll put Will just because he's in there. But also, you got... I would have said Jack Perry, but I don't know if sometimes what's real and what's not real anymore. Sometimes
the lines have been blurred.
But, you know, I'm just naming DG. These are people that want to be at AEW, that want to, you know, build and make this a beautiful mecca of another wrestling. Like, there's two options. You got, you know, WWE, you got AEW. But now we're building so much relationships, you got more options. But my whole point is, I like the fact that they want to build and they want to stay. Like, they're like, hey, I'm an AEW guy day one, and I want to continue for that. And I really respect and I love that, which I believe down the line we should reward that.
That's for sure.
Because he is putting on great matches. I've seen him grown from being on the Elite, like back with Daddy Cool Hands and Daddy Magic, back when on their first, like I was seeing DG like from that point, from watching his New Japan when he was just coming out with a white towel and not the pants before the dance. And I've seen him come this far now, and I'm like, bro, he's like inches away. He's inches away from catching gold. And I want to be there. And when it happens, it's going to be a celebration. I know in my house it's definitely going to be a celebration.
Man.
I say he gets kicked off the ladder.
Final pay-per-view thoughts. Card never stopped bringing hot action from start of 0 hour all the way to the end of the pay-per-view. I think I'm way too biased, but it feels like a 4.5 star pay-per-view.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
4. I would give it a 4. Me personally, 4.
You know what?
I think that's fair because I think the Moxley match for me didn't hit that to make it a 4.5 for me, but it was still a great match, great card. I did not really seem to want to miss any match for me personally, at least when I was watching it.
Yeah.
So the only match I probably did use a quick restroom break was the learning tree, but I made sure to take care of that and then come right back. But that was I'm just being honest, but that was just me being honest.
I think I'm rating it 4
but
stars.
I still watched it and I enjoyed it. But if I'm rating the match from 5 stars, I would give it a 4.
I think
a solid 4.
I'm rating it 4 stars, but I just feel like I'm being modest to avoid being biased because it's my favorite. I think either way, annually, this is just a great pay-per-view. Every year it comes on, it goes hard.
I'm hoping it lights a fire under WWE's ass. And we get some actual conducive stuff with the TNA, with the Marigold, all those collaborations, like actually bring in people, more people, do things, put titles on people, let them shop around,
For the business.
And not just have...
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Not just have Brooks Jensen show up to random indie shows because you can.
Yes. I put final rating 4.5, but 4 stars is the final rating, I guess. That's fair.
4 stars.
Just too fair.
All I'm saying, it's in WWE's court, man. I know what AEW would do. I just don't know if WWE would do the same.
I don't know nothing.
That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. I'm just going to walk away, throw my 2 cents on that, and I'll just back away slowly. I'm just giving you shit, though. I'm just giving you shit.
Alright, before we end, I always do this at the end. You gotta plug whatever you gotta plug it now, and plug it in.
I don't have any plugs. Sorry.
Just the plug.
My plug is to watch Wrestling in the Middle. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Also, if you want to just kick it with a boy and hang out with your mans on Twitch, it's Overtime Ortiz. Every once in a while, I'll be on there. And OvertimePosty on IG if you want to talk wrestling.
Time Ghosty. Do they know where to find you? You should plug yourself. We haven't done that since like the first season.
What do I plug? Is there any overlap here?
You do have so much stuff to plug.
I mean, I guess if you're into poetry, I have Dylan Thomas Garcia Arts on YouTube. I put out YouTube videos of poetry.
Okay.
I also have an Instagram, Dylan Thomas Garcia Arts, for poetry. I got Dylan WITM on Twitter. That's my Wrestling in the Middle stuff. You can see me talk about wrestling, although I'm hardly on there anymore. Yeah, and I think I have one for Instagram as well, but I can't remember the name of it, to be honest.
I love that through the course of this whole show. I've monitored this. This belt has just slid through the course of the whole show. Just slid down. Yeah, show it off every time.
Back up.
Bruv Championship.
Bruv.